Good day and welcome to the state. It is a thankful Friday. The show is sponsored by Christian Service University. My name is 𝗟𝗓𝗪𝗘. I'll be back to introduce the topic. Stay with me.
Nyansa, it's Jan and Peninano, and I Jan and Peninano. The baby Biara and Penifuashia, Naya Sayajun. Ne open Yansano, or Ben Wa, or the good year, Chadjunimo good year, and a coffee. And yes, I do. And some more drop, and some polo. Somewhere, ye tear bobra, a co ye, a frasi frito, near open Yansano, or Mango and Guenia say, then Peninsula Ajuni, the Bay Shira, Amano, and then in Chirima, Yadamwasi.
The impending in Soyajuni, Jemre, Nashayan, Mimninde, Nimimninde Pia, and no part no watching, or Wesleyan television so.
Welcome back. Let us quickly do W briefs. On W briefs, what we do is to give you an executive summary of the topic that we are considering for the day. The voter exhibition exercise in Ghana is a critical process undertaken by the Electoral Commission to ensure that we have accurate and credible voter register. The exercise began this week, and the week-long exercise is supposed to start, or let me say, it started from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, including Saturdays and Sundays. But there are widespread reports of low voter turnout, apathy. People are not going to check their details on the register. Then the controversy over the week. The charge of 50 pesos for you to check in the comfort of your home, on your phone. I thought that was the Electoral Commission strategy of leveraging technology, but there are issues with it. If the Parliament of Ghana approved the budget for this year's election, why should the people be charged? This is the issue that we are considering this afternoon. I'll take a quick break and I'll be back and introduce my guests to you. Stay with me.
Meye mi fie Christian fie, mema mi kun aye Christiani, na me mofra aye Christian fo, mema mi fie aye Christian fie. Ban papam eye dwumadi a ekoso ewo WTV so. Ekasa afa ekwaya ye tete ye mofra. Ekwanya yebefa so ama yaware ayefe ne yaware edimu efie entete anase fie siesie ene efie nkomodie mu nso yenya entonchen entume to nsa frɛw sɛ hwɛ WTV na niema pa bebre ewo WTV so enwumpa enkomodie papa eniema pa ebeboa me ne omienu ene yemfie kɔso ara na hwɛ WTV.
welcome back. And if you are joining us on the stage this afternoon, we are looking at the voter exhibition exercise that is underway. Why the apathy? What is the controversy surrounding the 50 pesos charge? And what are the challenges fraught with the process? And then we'll look at the way forward. We will be joined in the studio by two young people. They are youth advocates and voters themselves. And of course, the head of training of the Electoral Commission, Mr. 𝗟𝗵𝗲𝗘𝗲, and the Greater Accra Director of the National Commission for Civic Education. So these wonderful guests are going to join in the conversation, and then we will have a fruitful deliberations. So I want to welcome Mr. 𝗟𝗵𝗲𝗘𝗲. Yes, sir. Good afternoon and welcome to the show. If Mr. 𝗟𝗵𝗲𝗘𝗲 cannot hear me, Mr. 𝗟𝗑𝗩𝗪𝗪 of NCC, Greater Accra Director. Good afternoon, sir, and welcome to the show.
Yeah, good afternoon, Gabriel, and thanks for having me.
If you could unmute so that we can hear you. So whilst we work on the lines, the show is sponsored by Christian Service University, which is an evangelical and arts institution established 50 years ago to train men and women with ethical values for transformational leadership in Africa. Admissions for 2024-2025 academic year is in progress for undergraduate and postgraduate programs. CSU offers dynamic academic and industry-driven program in nursing, midwifery, business administration, communication, planning, and computer science. For more information, please contact admission relations officers on 02462753750, 02401548250, 0445966603, or visit our website www.csuc.edu.gh. Choose CSU today to secure the future of Africa. CSU, the university of choice. Mr. 𝗟𝗩𝗪𝗪, if you could hear me, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for always joining in our conversation. Yes, Mr. 𝗟𝗵𝗪𝗘𝗲𝗪, Doc, if you can hear us, you're also welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful, then good to have you. Yeah, first of all, as your preliminary comment, let me start with you, Mr. 𝗟𝗵𝗪𝗘𝗲𝗪, head of training, Electoral Commission. How is the process going so far?
President, are you to play the exhibition?
Yes, I mean the exhibition,
yes.
The voter exhibition.
Yes.
I mean.
Thank you very much. As you are aware, we are issuing two fronts. People who go physically check and people who use the USSD code. So both of them are working at their best moment.
Well, great. And let me just veer into the reports that we are receiving. Typical of Ghanaians and our attitude towards elections and its attendant issues is the low turnout. What is that really the situation on the ground?
Well, initially it was so low, but as I said, it is getting momentum. So we are hoping that at the end of the 8th day, today is the 4th day. So we are hoping that at the end of the 8th day, we will have gathered enough people to have checked on their needs.
Momentum. Yeah, thank you. Mr. 𝗟𝗪𝗪𝗪, let me also pick your thoughts from where you sit, NCCE, monitoring the exhibition process. How do you see it? What is your take on the process so far?
Well, thank you very much for the question. I think so far it is slow. The beginning is normally slow, and just as you referred to, Ghanaians, we always wait to the last minute before you start rushing towards the polls, the exhibition centers to go and do what we have to do. But the important thing is that we have been doing this for so long, and so maybe Ghanaians are getting used to it, that their names will surely be on the voter register. And maybe, I don't know, maybe because it started on a weekday, by Saturday, Sunday, more people will be able to go and check their names on the voter register. And also, you know that the short code that has been given allows people to do the test, to do the checking from the comfort of their homes or their offices or wherever they may be. be. And therefore, that may account for the low turnout. But I think so far, so good, everything is okay.
You touched on the code, and that will let me quickly switch to Dr. 𝗧𝗵𝗲𝗀𝗃. Sir, are we able to tell that the code is what is doing the magic? Most people are checking via the code. That is why we don't have the physical presence. Do we have the data yet on that, or unless the whole process is done with?
I'm listening to what is the thing, but as you said, it's an 8-day activity. So the initial point, starting point will be slow, and as time goes, it will be gathering momentum. If you look at 21, we have about 46, almost 47. So we are hoping that this time now we can go beyond the 45%.
So our target for 2024 is what, 50?
No, we want to do more than what we did in 2020.
You said 2020 was 46, right? 46%.
Yeah,
and this year we want to do more than that.
Yes, that's true.
Wonderful. I'm very happy about the conversation this afternoon because we have young people in the studio who are voters themselves, and we're going to pick their angles, and then as we go on. So if you stay with me, gentlemen on the line, let me come to the studio and talk to Pastor Isaac Jethro. Yes. The pastor is not a title; it's his real name. Is his real name. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you very much.
What is your experience of the process so far? Even if you have not checked or you are observing or monitoring, what is the feel like?
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity. So far, I've seen a few exhibition centers. Then, like we are all experiencing, people are not turning out to go there to check if their names are in the register. Coming from 𝗟𝗓𝗓, sometimes there is a registration center right there, but we could easily count the number of people who go there to check. And so I think Ghanaians are not ready to, I don't know if they are not ready to vote, but they are not checking in at the exhibition centers to check if their names are really in the register or not.
In the register.
That is what I've observed so far.
Are you a voter yourself?
Yes, please.
So the answer is yes. Have you gone there in person or checked via the code, and have you succeeded?
So I have a peculiar challenge when it comes to this. I have not been able to go there, and looking at the weekdays involvement. You know, some of us really have to go to work around 8:30. You're at work, 5:30 you close. So going back to your exhibition center, you will not meet them there. Little over last year, I had an issue with my voter's ID, and I went to the place to have the replacement done.
What is the place? The exhibition center?
Yes, the exhibition center. To have the replacement done. And I was told it's on hold. I tried with the code. I was told you pay 10 cedis and then do the replacement. I have tried severally from there. I've made calls and it was still on hold. So currently I do not know the state of my voter's ID. It has not given me the room to even go to the exhibition center to see if my name is in or not.
Or not. But Mr. Kwaku, the young man says he went to the exhibition center to see if he can have a replacement of his card. Is that a process?
The replacement is not done at the exhibition center. If you have not done it, you go to any decision of the commission. Then you go there, you have to take you through the process. So that is done at the district office, not at the.
So the young people who troop to the exhibition center should rather go to the district offices to have their cards replaced.
Yes, if you are looking for card replacement, if you are looking for card replacement, then that is the.
Okay, so helping them, especially first-time voters, perhaps they have misplaced their voter. What do they take there? Do they get money? Do they take any other documents?
For replacement, you pay 10 cedis.
10 cedis for replacement.
10 cedis, then you are the card.
You are through. Okay. Still with you. I will come back to Mr. 𝗟𝗓𝗃𝗀.
So if you understand that, because replacement, you have to be biometrically verified.
At the district office.
Yes.
Okay, so you can't do that via phone. You need to be there in person.
Yes, because of the biometric verification.
Okay. So, Pastor, you need to get to the district office, and then, or you've tried it and you have a challenge.
I was not saying within these days that
Okay.
the exhibition started. We went earlier because we knew the replacement was going on at the district office. So I went there in person after trying severally with the phone and it was not good. I went there and I was told it's on hold. So I believe that there should be more sensitization and publicity on this, that we can still go back there and do it.
Okay, Mr. Kwaku.
What was the hold?
The replacement.
You went to this office. Which this office was that?
Amasaman.
And they said that it was hold.
Yes, not within these days. I think within the month, somewhere May, that it was going on.
We activated it in May and we have never logged it.
Yeah, that was when I went there.
Okay, so
maybe when you went there, you were doing some work because I think they do the transfer and they were doing the recruitment. That one, because they are busy, they will tell you that they're busy. Maybe that's why.
So he can go and try and then have his card replaced.
Yes, that is.
Well, Mauli, the young man mentioned there should be more sensitization and education on the exercise. Your office, I guess that is your mandate. How far have we gone with it?
So the commission is doing sensitization in the districts and at all available opportunities that we have on the airwaves. Yesterday I was on GDC Unique. I talked extensively about it, and then we talked about the objection process. And we are using all platforms that we can get in the communities to advise it out there to check on the status of their voter ID. And so, yes, we are doing a lot of sensitization, even in schools. This morning, I was in a couple of secondary schools to talk to first-time voters who have registered to go out there and check their status on the voters register. So, yes, sensitization is going on. But, sometimes Ghanaians are ingenious. They will say that more sensitization should be done. I don't know what more sensitization, because even on all the radio stations, you will hear about the jingles of the EC. You will hear about other people talking about it, just like we are talking about it right now.
Right now.
It's ongoing in several media houses across the country. So, yes, NCC is doing the sensitization and encouraging people to go out there to check. Yeah.
How about our churches and our mosque and our gathering centers? Are you also there? Because most people congregate on Sundays, and I think it will be a good platform to let people go out there and check their details, if not digitally or electronically in person. Is it part of your strategy or your plan? Have you started that?
It is part of our strategy. In fact, those are the low-hanging fruits for us, because about the exhibition exercise, I encourage them to also speak when they go home, tell their peers, tell their friends, their parents, their children, their cousins. So we do all that, and yes, the churches, the mosque today.
We seem to be having
for instance, about this issue. Yes.
Okay, then we are hoping that with the sensitization, as the week wears on, more people will go there and then do the needful. Dr. 𝗟𝗵𝗘𝗏, if I may ask, what is the purpose of the voter exhibition? What is the purpose? Sorry about that, Kweku.
Yes. Yes. So where you set your name is where you will vote. In other words, you have to know where your polling station is. 2, it gives us opportunity to effect corrections to any data that was not properly captured, be it the spelling of your name, the age, and the sex. The 3, it helps you to ask for information if your name happens to be off the register. So if you have registered, you have a voter card, and you go there, your name is not on the register, you apply to see and you get onto the register. 4, it also gives room for objection to name 3 categories. First one, you can object the name of anybody who was not 18 at the time of registration. Then the person got the name of the register, you can into that. The person may be 18 now, but at the time of registration, if he was not qualified, but you can object that name. The next one is that if somebody is not a Ghanaian and he managed to get his or the name on the register, you can object to that. And 3, if there's a diseased person that you know, you help the company to clean the name of whose name. Then we also have the multiple list and the exceptions list. These are the lists which contain names of people who are not who have done multiple registration of the company. The law has said that we should exempt them. So you can also go there and object to a name being on the exception list or multiple list. So if you do that successfully, your name will come back onto the register. So these are the essence of having the exhibition.
Yeah, that's great. Doc, the objection part, I'm interested. How do you object to a name on the register?
Thank you very much. As I said, there are 3 categories. So you know somebody within your community, and you are convinced that at the time that the person was registering, the person was not 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
For example, the person would have been 18 on the 30th of May, but the person is still on the 29th of May. You can object to the name at the time of the person was not 18. Then you will be given objection for.
Okay, so there's a form to fill.
Is that objection? Then again, if you know somebody who was not a Ghanaian, the mandate to get his name on the register, you can also object to that day. Then, if you know somebody who has found one, a diseased person, the register is for the people, register for living people, not dead people. So if you know somebody who has passed on authorization, you can also go to the commission with a death certificate, burial certificate, or citizen process. And you can also put the objection for the name you take from the register.
So you don't go and then see the officers and say, I'm objecting physically, or this person is not. You have to fill a form. But so if you
fill the form, and the form will indicate the reason why you are objecting to the name.
Oh, great. So there is an officer to help you. I'm asking in the event where you cannot read or write, but you have.
If you can read or write, it comes the who complete for you.
So the objection form, if you have any objection, is the officer there at the center who will fill it for you, and not you filling the form. Exactly. Okay. The young people in the studio were nodding and smiling when you were going through with us. We've been joined by a young lady, a voter herself, 𝗟𝗜𝗓𝗘𝗲𝗏𝗧. She's also a youth advocate, strong one at that. So you are welcome, lady.
Thank you.
You were nodding when the doc was trying to tell us the objection. Why, you have an experience?
The issue is, all these things, I know they are more of documentations to all these things. But the question is, how many of Ghanaians know what Doc is explaining right now? So sometimes I feel the monitoring process, the evaluation, it's not really going on well in Ghana. If I don't chance on the internet to read this, I might not know. So that is where we are coming from when we talk of more of publicity and then sensitization. Because hearing this, it sounds very nice. I can object to it, but I don't know of it.
Gentlemen, we have been at that for more than a month now. On both radio and TV. That like you have not been watching them.
Doc, maybe he's one of the many who is here to chance upon. Doc is asking, do you watch the TV? Do you listen to the radio?
We watch TV. We're always on the internet. But I'm surprised.
You didn't know about.
I had to go to the internet
to find out about this.
About these things. I had to go to the internet.
Let me find out from Juliet. Juliet, welcome. Let me just bring you into the conversation. The exhibition process that is going, a voter exhibition. How have you?
I wanted to.
Okay, Doc. Doc, please go ahead. Please do.
Yeah, I think to look at what the gentleman is saying. If you know what if you not listen to radio, then it's talking of advert. How are you going to do that? Because you can only advertise through the media. So if you are not watching TV, I don't know what. And now, I heard the NCC translating. We are now visiting the churches, visiting the mosque, visiting the markets, doing what we do. So I don't know the type of visit that is.
Maybe, Doc, maybe on the socials, the social media handles and the internet, where most of the young people hang around lately, you know, the Gen Zs and the Gen Zs and the Gen, that's where they hang around. Maybe attention to have to. So let's take the lady. Perhaps the lady has a similar. So Juliet, what is your take? What is your observation of the voter exhibition process so far?
Well, thank you very much, Brother Gabriel. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I think for me, this is a step that most of us have not made very good use of, especially with regards to the exhibition. Most of the shenanigans that have been going on during the election day and a few days towards the election could have been totally avoided if we all made maximum use of this opportunity that is given by the EC. I understand that there are challenges, and one of them would be that most people are not really up to speed with the dates, and we cannot put all the blame on the EC. But we as citizens must also take responsibility and understand that in an election year, these are things that we know happens. So we must pay critical attention to the dates that are being given out so that as soon as the information comes out, you catch up. I'll side with my brother that, yes, the EC is doing a lot of publicity on the exhibition, but we can do more. There is always room for improvement. You can get to the young people of churches. You can empower us. The Youth Development Ministry of the Methodist Church Ghana, for instance, is a very social ministry. We tend to get involved in politics and every other thing that has to do with the young people. You can reach out to us. Oh, can you get your young people to know this? We can use drama to explain to them what exhibition is. We can use short animations to explain to our young people what exhibition is. We know, but we are a special group of people, and we think that if we do population-centered interventions, trying to get everybody to understand what's going on according to their age range and what is the norm to them, it will be much easier to get people to align with what the Electoral Commission is doing. But personally, I think I want to give a big kudos to the Electoral Commission. I don't know whoever puts the exhibition as part of our electoral process, but for me, it is one of the biggest opportunities that we as citizens of Ghana have, and we must make effective use of it. Go and check. Go and check, because if you get to the polling station on the day and you are told, Auntie, your name is not in it. That's why they call the voters register a provisional one, as of now, provisional. So that on the day of election, you don't go there and say, hey, namidi way, you could have avoided that, and it leads to lots of misunderstandings. So thanks a lot.
Thank you, Doc and Mauli. So the young people are saying that approach them, and they can use other means to do the education, be your hands and feet in there. So NCC, Mauli, let me quickly come to you. So we have heard from them. They are saying that yes, maybe the traditional media or the traditional process that we are using it's effective, but our presence is not so strong with the social media or the socials, as we call it. What is NCC doing? What is that strategy in that space going forward?
Very well. So the NCC is also tech savvy. So going into the exhibition, we have posted things on Twitter, we have posted on Instagram, and even on Facebook especially. There are a lot of posts on Facebook that are detailing the steps that are involved in the exhibition exercise. But you see, I'm very happy with what the lady is saying over there. Democracy is one of the systems of government that requires that the citizens are educated on the principles and tenets of it. Unfortunately, most of our people want to be spoon-fed, but we have to go out there and read. I'm happy when the gentleman said that he went on the internet to read about this. But we will continue doing the education and making people understand what exactly is required of them when it comes to the exhibition. Now, when it comes to the objection process, it is important that people understand this, because this can be a point of conflict leading to violence if people don't understand how the process actually works. There's a need for you to pick a form, fill your request or claim on it, submit it to the electoral officer. Normally, the exhibition officer is even ready to fill it out for you, even if you can write. He will fill it out for you, and then that is processed. If there's a need for you to come back and prove it with the district registration review officer, then you'll be invited. And at that sitting, what I know is that many people, when it gets to that stage, when they are invited, they don't even go to prove what they have written on the forms because they don't have time for that. It is important that Ghanaians get to know that democracy can only survive if we, the citizens, make it a point to understand the rules and regulations that govern it. NCC can do all the education it wants. If you don't internalize it, it will be difficult to understand it. So I'm happy with what the lady is saying over there, that all Ghanaians should make it a point to read the documents. And in fact, it's available. You just Google voter exhibition in Ghana. Everything is there. You see the CI91, which is the bedrock of the current exhibition that is going on. And then you read it for yourself and you understand. But the NCC will continue to do the education. We will take a leaf from their advice and go out there and actually tell the people about the, the objection process. So I'm happy with the fact that the young people in the studio know that education is very important as part of things that will make democracy succeed.
They said you should reach out to them too. They have other means of communicating with their peers: drama, spoken word, poetry, animations. Yeah. Tell him.
Yeah, please reach out to us. Yeah. Reach out. We'll make your work so easy.
Yeah, yes. I mean, these are very. Yes. These are very, I mean, innovative ways of doing it. I don't know if you are aware, on the 10th of August, for instance, we had a civic fest at the Nat Hall where 10 secondary schools in the Greater Accra region came. They did drama, they did poetry, they did rap battle, all talking about the threats that we are seeing to our democracy. That is money in politics, misinformation, disinformation, that information disorder, electoral violence, and of course, religious bigotry. We talked about all this. They use the various channels that my lady over there was talking about.
Okay.
Hello.
Thank you. Yeah, Dr. Kweku. Dr. Kweku.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that we are also active on the various social media handles. We are on X, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. So if they go 𝗍𝗑 Ghana official, we are also active on the social media.
𝗍𝗑 Ghana official.
Yes.
𝗍𝗑 Ghana official. Okay, Dr. Kweku, let me just pick you on this one before I come back to the studio. There are reports that if you use the code, the short code,
Yes.
some are successful. They go through. Others too, they tell you to go to the center to check your. So what is the challenge? What is the technology?
We had a hit because of the intensity of the request. But I think now I don't think the challenge is there now. But when you get the feedback, I tell you that if you have errors to be affected, correction to be made, then go to the district office. So the message go to this office means that if you have a challenge, go there. Other than that, it will just give you the ticket. It is the one who log on for the question for who will know whether there are errors or not. If you don't have any errors, you don't have to go to any district office for inquiry. If there are errors, then you have to go to the district office because you cannot effect the changes on the phone.
Okay, thank you, viewers. If you are joining us, you are still on the state, and this afternoon we are looking at the voter exhibition exercise that is underway. We are assessing the process so far. We are looking at the challenges, and then at the end of that conversation, we should be able to prefer a way forward so that at least we have a smooth exercise where every voter is sure that the register is credible and every information there is accurate. And we have joining us in the conversation to walk us through what we need to know, the head of training of the Electoral Commission, Dr. 𝗟𝗑𝗏 Kweku, and then the NCCE Greater Accra Regional Director, Mawuli Agbenu, and then young people in the studio, advocates and voters themselves, Juliet Boateng, and then Pastor Isaac Jethro, and the conversation is ongoing. Dr. Kweku, let's move to the charge, the 50 pesos controversy. Can you educate us? Because what we are hearing is that Parliament approved the budget for you. So why do you want to take our 50 pesos?
Thank you very much. Then the next thing is that why will people pay total fare to go? check their name. The issue is that you have to go to the polling station to check on their name. When you go there, you have nothing to pay apart from your transportation fare. And the telcos have also made provision for those who cannot check. Such that if you cannot go and check, then use the USSD code to check. And the telcos will not give you free of charge. As we are having this meeting, they are charging us for the use of the data. So if you want to check anyone using the USSD code, they say that you have a service charge to pay 50 pesos. And that 50 pesos does not come to the Electoral Commission. It goes to the telcos for making their services available to you. The budget that was approved was not for individuals who are accessing their details of the register. It was for preparation and other things. So we do not pay for people who are going to check their name. It is not part of the budget.
Oh, so the 50 pesos charge is actually for the telcos. It has nothing to do with the Electoral Commission.
Exactly so. Exactly so.
Do you also have a problem initially when you had to pay for, or you always buy data? They always charge. You know, data is expensive.
For the convenience, we were willing to pay such a meager amount just for the sake of convenience. But you know, as Ghanaians as we are, you know, some of these things we just want to.
So you don't have a problem with the 50
Honestly,
pesos?
I don't, because if we look at the amount of data we buy, and even if I'm supposed to go to the exhibition center itself to view, I mean, the TNT will far outweigh 50 pesos. I mean, I would pay for that convenience, yeah.
Sure, I am also comfortable with it too, because like she's saying, if I have to go to Amasaman from here to go and check, I mean, that's getting to 30 cedis transportation. And if I want to go with Easy Ride, that is going to be around 70, 60 cedis. So pay 50 pesos on phone and get what I want to see when I go there. But like she rightly mentioned, all of us are not with the same thinking capacity. So definitely, but I'm sure what he has mentioned right now as to the money not going to the EC, but is a charge for what you are doing. I think
it helps.
Yes,
it helps in explaining.
People have the clarification that it is not EC who is charging for whatever we are doing.
Okay, Dr. Kweku, quick one. I will revert to Mawule soon. So if you check, I checked on my phone, and within seconds I got the details and I confirm that is where I vote. That is where my name is. Are we rest assured that once you have your details on your screen, you are okay? Voting day, when you go, your name will be there, or you still need to go to the center to be sure it's on the paper?
Once your name is on the system, it will pop up on your phone. So if it is there, unless there's a mistake on it. Unless there's a mistake on it. Once your name has been confirmed through the USSD code, then you have no problem.
Okay, great. So we say, Mawule, let me come to you. So we have seen that the technology has been, should I say, maximized now. And thanks to the telcos, just like Dr. Kweku explained, it's brought convenience. The young people have attested to it that they have at their convenience, they can just check their details. And then, do we foresee a time where there wouldn't be the need for exhibition centers? The phones will be our exhibition centers. And how is NCC preparing to do that if this is a reality?
But I don't see that happening anytime soon, in the sense that we have a lot of people in the communities who may not be readily technology savvy and check on their phone, but want to physically go out there to go and check. So yes, it is good that we are using this as a backup so that many people will not put too much pressure on the exhibition centers. But definitely the physical exhibition will still be necessary in the foreseeable future. But maybe going forward, we may wean ourselves off from that and then be using the short code instead. But that means that we have to be more robust with the systems that we have to check, because as it is now, if your information on the provisional register is not correct, and that is revealed through the pop-up message on the ISD, you still need to visit the how do you call it? You still need to visit the Electoral Commission office to effect the change, because they have to pick your biometrics over there. If it is a major correction you need to do, and if it is a minor, you just have to go to the exhibition center and get that one done by the exhibition officer for you. So I don't see that the exhibition centers will be abolished very soon. We will still be using them for some time, but it is good that we're also using the short code to help those who do not want to go there ordinarily.
Yeah. Great. So we don't foresee that in the nearest future. So we are discussing the voter exhibition exercise. We are assessing the process and the challenges, and we will look at the way forward. The show is sponsored by Christian Service University, located in Kumasi in the Ashanti region. I'll take a quick break, and when I'm back, we'll look at the solutions to making sure we have a very fruitful and a successful exercise. Stay with me.
The Christian Service University, a fully chartered private university in Ghana, is inviting applications for admission. Undergraduate programs include BSc Nursing and Midwifery, Computer Science, Information Technology, Bachelor of Business Administration, BA Communication Studies, Planning and Social Development, and Theology with Administration. Postgraduate programs include MSc in Accounting and Finance, Monitoring and Evaluation, Corporate Planning and Governance. We have MA MPhil Communication Studies, MA Christian Ministry with Management, Event Management, MPhil English and Mathematics Education. With quality, faculty and state-of-the-art facilities, we blend academic work with entrepreneurial mindset in all our programs. For more information, please call 0246 275375, 0240-154825, or 0244-596603, or visit our website www.csuc.edu.gh. CSU is located at Odenaho Kwadaso on the Kumasi Obuasi Road, 100 meters off Star Junction. Choose CSU today to secure the future of Africa.
And to make him better known.
Praise God, praise God. Christ in T, you respond, yeah, addition. I'm excited to announce to you, friends in the Lord, are you seeking for a platform where you can pray? Open baby up a soul bomb pie. Now ninyami edi inkita home. Bibi so. And I'm na the same kum. And you come home. Let's go into the prayer room on WTV every Friday 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. to meet seasoned ministers of God that God has raised to impact your life. Remember, John Wesley said, I have too much to do, therefore I spend several hours in prayer in able to do it. That is why we are calling upon you. Meet myself, Reverend Hosea Osei, and the Evangelism Missionary Renewal Directorate as we lead you into the prayer room where we encounter Christ. And I believe your life will never be the same. Call your friends, your loved ones, every Friday 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. where we will encounter Christ. God bless you. See you on our screens on WTV every Friday 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. God bless you.
That each and every one of us.
Welcome back. We are still on the state, and we have the head of training at the Electoral Commission, Dr. 𝗧𝗵𝗲𝗬𝗘. We also have the Greater Accra Director of the NCCE, Mawuli Agbenu, and then Juliet Boatin, Youth Advocate, Pastor Isaac Jethro, also a youth advocate and a voter, the two of them in the studio with us, and our two resource persons online. And we are looking at the voter exhibition exercise. We have been assessing the process so far. We're seeking to look at the challenges and then the way forward. So just before we went on break, we were looking at the use of the code or the USSD, where the time is going to come where we might not be able to be physically present to check our details on the voter register. But Dr. Kweku, somebody is asking that the 50% to the young people, it's small. It's not. How about their grandparents too, who might not be, or you say the grandparents, their children should pay for them? They who cannot go there physically and they cannot afford the 50% to use on the phone.
50%. it is not up to one CDO.
So a family should be able to do that for their relations.
50%. Okay, the issue is that the grandparents are living within their communities. So if you can't pay 50%, you have to go to the first issue is that you should go to the exhibition center to check on your needs. So the grandparents that you are talking of, they may not be engage in economic activity, so they can go to your center to check on them.
Okay,
but it's only when circumstances will not allow you that we will recommend that you can be at the comfort of your office, whatever, to use that code. So the parents, the grandparents and that they are talking about, they don't have any issues with respect to going to check on their needs.
Okay, so
the other side is that if you cannot go and you have somebody going there who is close to you, the person can check on it for you.
So somebody can do it for you.
I can't go to my center. I've asked my auntie, who is my at my place, to check on it for me. So somebody can check on it.
Somebody can. Okay,
but
so
it's the only one there are errors that you have to go in.
You have to go to the center to check. Let's look at challenges. Let's look at the challenges. And Dr. Kweku and then Mauli, I want to start with the young people. Then we look at the challenges as you see from where you sit. The challenges with the process. What have you identified? If not directly, maybe friends have shared with you this process that we have started. What do you think are the challenges? Juliet, let me.
Honestly, if I'd be very sincere in my personal observation and opinion, I'll say that one of the key challenges has been the low turnout. People are not really interested, though, to be honest. And for those that are interested, they come quite late. I'm saying this due to my personal observation over time. Let me share this experience. When I was a first-time voter, I was very excited about voting. Like 𝗟𝗓𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗪, I had that euphoria that I wanted to vote. For some reason, I came to Accra and then I overstayed and left my ID in school. So I was in Accra where my polling station was. My ID was in Cape Coast. The only reason why I could vote that year was because I had gone through the exhibition process and they had verified me during that time. So when I came to the polling station without an ID, I could vote.
You could vote.
So I think one of the major challenges that this whole process faces, I don't know if I'm in a position to say this, but it's like people really don't take it that serious until it's too late. People don't really take it serious. And it's very, very crucial, honestly.
Okay. I want to tell a story here.
Okay, Doc.
I was at my office when a student, a young man and the mother came into my office. They were ready to pay anything to effect changes on the ID card. And you know what? The person he has a middle name, but on the passport he has the three names: first name, second name, and the surname. But on the voter ID card, just the first and the second name and the surname. Now they went to the database for passport. They were asked to add their voter ID card, and that was it. The guy had gotten an admission scholarship to go outside. So that was becoming a problem. So one day came and said that we cannot do anything for you. It's only at exhibition then you can effect changes. So please, the Gen Z and the young ones and whoever, please, before you say had unknown, that will be too late. So go have the corrections to be effected so that if nothing at all, you have a correct details on your voter ID card. And you may never know. That's my advice to you.
Joshua, 𝗟𝗑𝗩𝗘, yes, any challenge you've also identified?
Yes, I think, like I mentioned earlier, it's on the low patronage. But I'm just having a question running through my head right now that I don't want to be at the position of misquoting. So maybe I want to ask and then the answer will help me come out with what I want to say. The exhibition going on now, if I registered at Greater Accra, I'm at 𝗟𝗵𝗘𝗧𝗏 to be precise, and I am at Northern or Cape Western right now, meaning I have to travel back to Amasaman for the check-in. And maybe I could check on my phone, but if there is a mistake, I still need to travel. What if there is no space to travel within this short time? How am I supposed to go about it? So maybe that answer will help me to say what I want to say.
Yes, Dr. Kweku, the young man has a challenge.
Yeah, I think what we should understand is that you cannot effect a change outside your distance. You cannot, so no matter where you are, if the situation demands that you change, if the situation demands that you change or anything, you have to go to the police station to have a correction made. That's why you have to do that.
You need to travel there to have it effected if there are any changes.
Exactly so.
Okay. Mauli, what challenges have you identified with the process?
Yes, I mean, it's usually the issue of the low turnout, and that is a big challenge for everyone because we want to see people interested. Because it's a civic duty and want to see everybody going out to the exhibition centers to check on their names and to ensure that they effect the change if there is any. And if you believe that there are people on the register who shouldn't be there, you are able to quickly object to it, and then that is carried out, and it should be done in a peaceful manner. But, well, as I said earlier on, maybe people are not going because they trust the system, because we have been doing this for so long a time now, and we are getting used to the fact that the EC will always deliver on their mandate. And also, maybe it is because of the weekday. If you remember, Mr. Jethro over there mentioned that he's going to work, and by the time he closes, he goes to the place. It will not be, how will I put it, the people might have closed. So over the weekend, we may see coming in. So for me, the challenge is about the interest from people and always saying that there's not enough sensitization yet. I can assure you that there's nobody who has to vote or who has not heard about the exhibition exercise. But on a more serious note, I think the objection process, that is more cumbersome for most of the people. And over the years, looks like when there is an objection, even people may begin the process. And then when it is time for them to go, for instance, during the registration exercise, for instance, when there is a challenge and you object to it, people want to physically stop people from voting or from registering, and that is a bad thing because this is a process where documents are used. So when you fill it and you are invited to come and meet the district registration review officer, you have to make yourself available. But people start a process and then they don't complete it, and then they go out to cry foul that the EC is not doing their proper work for them. So I think that is where the major challenge is: people not following up on the objection process. So, but so far so good. I think by Monday we should be sure whether it's a successful exhibition or not.
Okay. Dr. Kweku, the process is ending on the 27th, right? 27th of August, next week, Wednesday.
Yes. From
So we've all agreed that the low turnout remains a major challenge, unless Dr. Kweku, there are technical challenges that maybe you will share with us. But if this is a major reason we've identified, going forward, how do we address it? And I think all of us can take it. I think Dog's line, we need to work it again, and then. So, Mawule, going forward, what do you think we should be doing since we've identified the apathy or the low turnout? What is the way forward?
Yes, I mean, it's more education and sensitization to ensure that people go out there and do the checking for them, and maybe to make it more easier for them to do. I don't know whether the EC will have the logistics to be able to move from community to community, maybe in a mobile way. I remember some years back, even the registration was done in a mobile manner, going from place to place and then doing the registration. Maybe that will help. But currently, I think, for me, I'm satisfied with the process, and I think there's not going to be much problem going into the election, because after now going to compile the register and then certify it, and then we are good to go. But maybe releasing the law says that before the exhibition, they have to release it to the political parties. And sometimes we hear the political parties complaining. However, that was done on Monday, just a day before. Maybe it gives them less time for them to actually scrutinize the register and be able to come out with what they want to come out. Going forward, they can do that maybe a few days before the exhibition. That is what I will add.
Great. Yeah, Dr. Kweku, we lost you. If you are back, I was asking if there are technical challenges you want to share with us, or then, if not, then we'll look at the way forward.
Yeah, I was saying that, well, now we don't have any major issue to discuss, with the exception of the disinterest of the people. And I'm saying that we can encourage ourselves so that we will consider the essence of it. And I would say that you never know. You don't take advantage of it, by the time that you need it, that is a problem. So let's take advantage of it, because it's very, very important. Other than that, we may one day regret not going to check on the date.
With the apathy, will you give us extension after 27th?
We only talk of extension when people are not having the opportunity to check on their records.
Okay, your Juliet and then Jethro, your final words.
Yes, so I think I would like to say that it's important for us, for the Electoral Commission and the NCC to understand that you cannot make a democratic, responsible citizen out of somebody that started understanding voting and all of that at the age of 18. In psychology, we say that behavior formation takes basic steps even way before the person even turns 13. They may have formed the basic understanding of certain things in their lives already. If we really seek to get a citizenry that understands and appreciates the processes of the Electoral Commission, especially in an election year, then we must imbibe this whole electoral process, exhibition, registration, democracy, the basics in our educational system. Our school system, I don't know for those who are schooling now, but for me, when I was schooling, I don't remember at any point where I was taught the electoral process of Ghana. I don't remember anywhere where I was taught that when you're 18, it is your responsibility. Not just your right, your responsibility to behave in such manner with respect to elections. We must add it to our curriculum. If it's not already there since I completed, we should add it and get our children to understand it even before they turn 18 so that we can get a very responsible democratic citizenry. Thank you.
Thank you, Juliet. Yes, Jethro.
So that's the very first takeaway that I would have mentioned. And going forward, coming from the question I asked, to make it more convenient for us, I think we are not really utilizing technology of late, because looking at the people are really traveling to work outside wherever they had their registration, and leaving work, go back. So that is where one of the problems we are not focusing on is coming from. So if I think from time past, we were not having the opportunity to check details on phone. Now we have added that idea. Why not going a step further to make it a point that if I have to make any changes,
you should be able
I should be able to sit from the comfort of my home, my office, make that changes. If I'm supposed to do anything in line with election or exhibition.
Thank you very much, Jethro. Thank you very much, Julia. Thank you, Dr. 𝗟𝗵𝗘𝗃 of the Electoral Commission and Maoli Agbeno, Manager, Greater Accra NCCE. Thank you for making the conversation that very, very insightful. So the voter exhibition is ongoing. It ends on the 27th. Please get up and go. Check your name or check your name on the phone. The 50 pesos is for the telcos. This is the only time you have to correct your details. And if you have any objections, let the officer there help you to fill the form. Let us be responsible citizens. We are back on Monday. Have a restful weekend. My name is 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗃. Goodbye.